I think that feels like a nice package there.
Yeah.
Wow, look at those phones light up. It's Felger and Mazz on 98.5, the Sports Hub.
It's crazy to say last night watching them play, especially with the way they ended that game, it felt like you were watching the best team in basketball, which is absolutely insane to say, considering Jason Tatum is only several weeks into, how he's recovered from an Achilles tear. But it's the system ultimately designed by, I think, probably the best coach in the NBA in Joe Mazzulla that has allowed them to have, 28 assists on 25 assists on 38 made shots. It's the way they play and the continuity. And with Jason Tatum back in the lineup, they're just a matchup nightmare. Jaylen Brown playing at an MVP-like style. I know we're getting towards closing time, but it felt like you were watching the best team in the NBA last night.
Back to your calls on everything. Here's Dean in Shrewsbury. Go ahead, Dean.
Jason Tatum, once he's healthy, should be the one taking the last shot. If you look at the stats for game tied or go-ahead bucket in the last 24 seconds or less, it doesn't look impressive in a vacuum, but actually because it's so much less efficient at that time, he's been the best player in the NBA since he come to the league in those shots. It should probably be Jaylen Brown for this season because I don't think Tatum's going to be ready at this point, and Jaylen Brown has put himself on another level this season, but he's never seen the amount of attention that Jason Tatum has.
Well, I guess. And if you want to talk about going forward into the future, I can't. Okay. We can talk about that some other time. This year, Jaylen Brown's going to get you a better shot than Jason Tatum in that situation. And I think going forward he is. Because he'll play inside the line or get to the line better than Jason Tatum. So I'd go Jaylen Brown in that. I disagree with you, Dean.
So you remember the Shireman three-pointers that Barth was talking about earlier?
I do.
Okay, you talked about like three three-pointers that he made in that third quarter.
Yeah.
You know what happened on the first two of them? Jaylen Brown dribbled into the paint and sucked the defense in.
There was a lot of that.
It happened. So to me, when Brown goes in there, the whole floor opens up. Because he'll take it, because they all know how dangerous he is in there, and the defense collapses on him. And he's not afraid to, initiate contact, and he doesn't usually run recklessly to the rim. So there's a little time for the defense to squeeze. The other thing is I'm starting to lose patience for the whole so-and-so should take the last shot thing. So if there are four guys draped on him, he should take the last shot. How about you start or you move the ball, and where the defense collapses, give someone the shot.
Okay, and we all agree. In the case where you have to defer to someone or, where does it go through? I think that's what we're kind of talking about.
Okay, sure. Yeah, I just, I guess what I'm saying is, how many times have we seen it? LeBron James, the biggest shot of LeBron James' career was made by Kyrie Irving. LeBron James had another one that was made in Miami by Ray Allen. With Michael Jordan, two of the biggest shots that were taken were John Paxson and Steve Kerr. So, I'm just saying sometimes you can take it too far. I believe in the star player in that league too, but you can take it too far.
Jake in Boston has some information on Christian Gonzalez. Jake, go ahead.
Oh, I know you boys want the gossip and want to create a controversy over that money sign last night. Did you see the guy next to Christian Gonzalez, though? And I'll tell you why it matters in a second.
I saw someone sitting next to Christian Gonzalez. I don't know who it is.
Yeah, the guy next to him, his name is George Sarkis. He's the guy that does every big money housing deal for these Patriot players, which means, and quote me, the deal is done, it's verbally in the books, and waiting for sequencing on the NFL calendar and a signature, which will happen either at the start of minicamp or the start of training camp. You don't sit with a guy who's got nothing in common with you for 3 hours unless he's going to – yeah?
What do you say sequencing? What does that mean?
June 1st is a big day on the NFL salary calendar, right?
For some guys, why would it be a big day for Christian Gonzalez?
If you're going to change his 2026 number – You do have to account for that kind of thing, and we're talking about changing his number for 26 and beyond.
It doesn't matter when you sign it.
Yeah, not necessarily.
You're making that up.
It's an extension. It's not a new contract.
Thank you. If there's an existing, obviously, we hear it you hear it ad nauseum on A.J. Brown. He's got the June 1 thing. If you cut someone after June 1, you can spread out the cap hit. But on a new deal or renegotiation, it doesn't matter when you sign it.
I actually think I know in existing deals, sometimes in extensions, you can tweak the current existing structure. I think on the rookie contract, you can't. Like, that just is what it is. And the Gonzalez extension doesn't really start to factor onto the books till 27.
No, he plays out his existing deal. I would assume if you get a signing bonus, you get that money now. But I don't think. But like in the NFL, a lot of times the renegotiation, you tear up what is existing and start over.
Right.
I think Barth is right. I think you have to technically play under that final deal of
for the rookie contract.
But if you sign for a signing bonus, you get that now, or that has to be put into escrow now. Whatever the case is, I don't think you're right on that one, Jake. They don't have to wait to June 1 to sign the thing.
Okay, but beyond that, what about the fact that he's sitting next to a guy who's a luxury home dealer,
real estate guy,
or whatever?
You only has enough money to buy a nice house now?
No, he probably does. But I don't know. Convenient timing. Maybe there is.
So you're actually giving Jake some room here?
I'm just saying, after the Jackson Smith and Jigba deal, the Seahawks now have Witherspoon to sign. So are the Patriots going to stand there and just keep waiting while the market goes up, or are they actually going to take some initiative and try to get Gonzalez done before Witherspoon gets done?
I've just never heard that.
Well, no, me neither.
We've got a deal. We're just going to wait to sign it or execute it because we're waiting for sequencing.
There's no incentive for either side.
That makes no sense.
Once the deal's done, if it's actually agreed to, there's no incentive for either side to wait.
That's right. And if you want something to kick in after June 1, you just write that you sign it on March 26th and say effective June 1, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I'm not saying the deal's done. I'm just saying that maybe he's meeting with this guy because
he knows he's about to come into some money.
Well, they're getting closer.
Well, listen, if that happens, and it happens in short order, I'll give it to Jake and you, Mazz, since you seem to be co-signing on his rampant speculation.
No, I'm just, if the guy is who he says he is, I want to know more. This is really all I'm saying.
Here's Gene on Cape Cod, addition to Mazz Tears. Go ahead, Gene.
Hi, 1994 NHL entry draft. The Bruins with the 21st pick overall took Russian goaltender Evgeny Rabchikov.
Yeah.
I don't know how much hype there was for him, but I was at that draft and the place went silent. Nobody knew who this guy was.
So I would say there was no hype. I would say that there was very little hype if the Bruins drafted him and everyone went, huh? So that's what we tried to do with those tiers. It's not just high draft picks. There had to be hype behind the draft pick.
That's more of a Cole Strange situation.
Did that guy Rabchikov play here?
He might have gotten a cup of coffee. I remember him, but I don't think he was ever really part of the team. Pat and Franklin, who'd we miss?
Well, back 29 years ago, when Uncle Ricky Pitino was the coach of the Celtics, he drafted number 3 overall, Mr. Big Shot, and he ruined his career for a year. And guess what that guy did? He turned into be a Hall of Famer. So, Rick Pitino.
Is that Chauncey Billups?
Probably.
But it's not, he didn't live up to the hype. The coach quit on him before he had a chance to be the player he became.
Right. Totally different thing.
Paul on the Cape has a thought on the NFL referee situation. Go ahead, Paul.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm shifting sports on you guys. But I agree with Mike.
Is everybody gagging on the show now?
What is up with the...
Dean and Shrewsbury is gagging. Now this guy's gagging.
Get the duty out of your mouth. Sorry, Paul. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm not gagging, Mazz. What are you talking about?
Just go ahead.
It's here's my point. I moved to Philly in 1980 as a rookie sales rep. My mentor was an NFL referee. I'm not going to give you his name.
Ben Dryth.
And he said to me, and by the
I disagree, Paul. I think you have something in your throat. Go ahead.
All right, you do what you got to do.
No,
okay?
I'm sorry. Just go ahead. Yeah.
But here's back to Mike's point. They are all supervised. And in the old days, it was more manual, obviously. But my buddy, mentor, said to me one day, he said, there's 166 plays in a football game, and we get 2 of them wrong. But I think where Felger was going, and he's correct, the consumer's looking for...
Okay, Paul, I'm sorry.
I'm getting a headache.
I gave him much more time than I usually would have.
Wow.
I was hoping there was a point there.
I had fun.
That's like the guy's like Hockley. He just keeps going on and on.
Quite literally.
Right, Hockalooey.
The point is, this thing that they're floating out there, that the deal's breaking apart or the talks are breaking apart because the refs aren't accepting performance reviews, is a lie. It's a lie from the side of the owners. And if there's any kernel of truth to it, you know it's just some sort of negotiating thing. The refs are already reviewed. It's not getting hung up because the refs aren't accepting performance reviews. It's a lie. It's a lie from the side of the owners who are too cheap to pay properly for good officiating. That's the story. Don't buy that. Don't let the owners get away with that. Because as I mentioned, they're already reviewed. They're already reviewed and promoted and demoted based on the reviews. The playoff crews are all-star crews based on who graded out well from the regular season. So they're already reviewed. They're already accepting performance reviews. That report makes no sense. It's just it's a false flag. It's a canard. It's a smokescreen sent out there by owners who don't want to pay for the refs.
It's a false flag conspiracy.
Thank you. Open lines at 617-779-0985. Everybody give their throat a good clear and give us a ring. We'll talk to you right after this.
Now, more of Felger and Mazz. Now, on the Sports Hub.
Celtics have a chance to take their first double-digit lead here. Cada out there with 5 fouls. Interesting choice. Jaylen Brown against SGA. Jaylen, elbow, pump fake, draws the contact. Shot is good. Scored in the foul. And SGA just got SGA'd by JB.
You trick me, I trick you. This is called trickery. And he knew it. He was like, damn, that man used my move on me.
As the chant rains down from the Gallery gods at TD Garden, JB just MVP'd the MVP.
Fouls, the non-fouls, the free throws, the complaining about non-call. It's just incessant. It's just nonstop. It's tough. Tough for me to watch, frankly. So that's what happens with the Thunder. They're the preeminent foul baiters in the league, but you're not far behind. But certainly, Jaylen Brown, whatever he did last week worked. Getting thrown out, pitching a fit, bitching about the calls. He's got nothing but every call in the book says.
Seriously.
So that obviously works, huh?
Again, he's averaging about 12 free throws a game since then.
Back to phone, 617-779-0985. Ryan in Rhode Island is a Celtics talk. Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This kid, he's incredible.
Who?
And I was a hater.
What kid?
My bad. Baylor Shireman, this kid is incredible. He did an interview with Forsberg, says High School Musical was his favorite movie or something.
I'm going to let you go. Kids table.
He's incredible.
He did an interview with Forsberg where he talked about High School Musical being his favorite. What? Go ahead, Barthy. You want to talk about Baylor Shireman, the basketball player?
Who do you feel better about right now, him or Sam Hauser?
Sam Hauser sucked last night. But it's
those roles like switch.
But it's the same thing,
right? Does it matter?
This is the point, guys. You Celtics fans are so cute. It's just so adorable.
Who do you feel better about now, him or Hauser?
Like you immediately Jaylen Brown's playing at an MVP level for the first time all season. Like he and Tatum both played at a high level against a good opponent to win a big game and gain some momentum. And you want to talk about Baylor effing Shireman because he hit a couple of 3-pointers and a putback dunk. And now it's like, we got this kid. Did you hear the interview with Forsberg about his High School Musical? What?
That I know nothing about.
But it's just, you guys are so cute the way you always do that. You just always do it. Always. And he seems like a nice young player. But if it's not him, it's going to be Hauser or it's going to be Gonzalez or it's going to be somebody. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah, who do you feel better about, Shireman or Ugo?
I mean, I think Shireman is a more well-rounded game than Hauser, probably. But isn't Hauser at his best a better shooter?
Yes.
Than Shireman?
And he hasn't been lately.
He hasn't been lately, that's for sure. What?
The role player comparison is like, you've got to be kidding.
No,
who do you feel better about? I don't feel good about either one of them.
It's what Celtics fans do. They just immediately go to Baylor Shireman. Why do they do that? When you have effing Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, they want to talk about Baylor Shireman.
Yeah, because I got to prove to you that I know all the talent on the roster.
I just don't know if that's it. It's just something about the Celtics.
I'm not picking on you.
For me, no,
I am because Barthy's first thing was like, "Hey guys, on the Celtics, I was impressed." I'm like, you got a million things you could put in here. We just beat the best team in the league. Our best players are playing at the highest level. Jaylen Brown, I was impressed. No, I was impressed with Baylor Shireman.
I mean, that stop he had on SGA was a good play, especially for the way that guy's drawn fouls all year. My thing about it, Tatum and Brown are playing great. If it's just them playing great, they're not going to win a championship. You need the ability on the margins too, and I think people lose track. It's close.
I think you overrate the ability on the margins. I think Celtics fans tend to grossly overrate.
I don't think this would be like last time they were in the finals where their stars are just so much better than the Maverick stars. Whoever they're going to play out of the West, whether it's the Thunder, whether it's the Spurs, they're going to be better than the Mavericks were. You need more than two guys to beat those teams.
If it comes down to the depth, you're going to lose to OKC. They still have much better depth than you. They have more depth than any team in the league.
Definitely.
You're going to beat OKC because your second player is much better than their second player. That's why you're going to win or lose. If Brown can be a wash with Gilgeous-Alexander, which is, asking a lot.
Boy, he is good, man. He's getting better still.
But last night he was. Last night Jaylen Brown was a wash with Gilgeous-Alexander, if not better. So if you can get that, and then Tatum is going to be much better than Williams or whoever their number 2 is, or this is a big center, Holmgren, right? Like, I don't know who you. That's how you're going to win. If you're mapping out 3 through 8, you're porked. OKC's better, unless you got whipped out for Baylor Shireman. Which I know you do, because Celtics fans do. They can't help themselves. It's just so cute.
Baylor Shireman.
That's who they want to talk about.
My gosh.
Kevin in New Hampshire. Go ahead, Kevin. What do you got?
Hey, guys. Hey, Felger. I just want to harp on the NFL refs. I think it's crazy that they don't pay these guys full time. It's a lot. I would assume that it's a lot more than one day a week. You got to read up on the new rules. You got to study the new rules. Compared to the NHL, my cousin was a ref in the NHL for over 15 years. He went to seminars. These guys train like crazy in the summer.
Yeah, Kevin, let me tell you.
Go ahead.
I mean, you're right to bring this up. It's not just one day a week, but I wouldn't even look at it that way. What I would look at it as, Kevin, is I want the best that I can get.
Exactly right.
And so if it feels like I'm overpaying for 1 day a week of work or 3 days a week or however you want to parse that out, that's only way a cheap-ass owner would look at it. Well, you're only working 1 day. No. If they really cared about the product, they would say, I just want to have the best I can have. And so I'm going to pay to incentivize quality people and qualified people to be in these positions. And I'm going to make sure that I invest in that. But that's not how these cheap-ass owners look at it. No, they try and cut every corner they possibly can.
It's really laughable. I just Googled, because, again, I don't remember the last time I looked this up, what the gross revenue of the NFL is. They're approaching $25 billion now. $25 billion. And they want to put on the field referees from Division II and Division III who did the Bates-Bowden game on national TV. They want to do that?
Yes.
That is ridiculous.
So them.
That is so embarrassing. It's not even funny.
To take that to another level, let's think about what the start of the season is going to be this year. You're going to have that game in Australia. It's being played in another time zone at 10:30 in the morning with a bunch of players that probably had a shortened training camp so they could get over there, who've been practicing who the hell knows where, that are going to then get on the field again at 10:30 in the morning with a bunch of replacement refs. That's how we're starting the season?
Yes.
What's that product going to look like?
Mike, what they paid for. Mike in Woburn. Hi, Mike.
Hey, I want to talk about the Bruins, but really quickly, I really don't care what the owners are doing or how much money they saved. Anything that gets the Hockley family and the Anderson family out of my life forever is fine with me. The NFL can go to, I don't know, whatever temp agency is currently, Monster.com, and just get some guys because they just tell them what to call in their earpiece anyway. As long as the Hockey family isn't sucking the oxygen out of my lungs every time they throw a flag, fine, perfect. The Bruins. Mike, do you really fear the Sabres? Are you afraid of them? Because I'd much rather face the Sabres than Carolina.
I agree.
Carolina, I feel, is a known quantity. They've been in the playoffs before.
And they're harder to play against. They're
harder to play against.
They're relentless.
I think
Definitely.
The Sabres could have stage fright after having a 15-year Milan Lucic-induced absence from the playoffs. And there's a lot of guys on there that probably aren't used to the kind of battle that the playoffs entail. And also, who's their starting goalie? We don't know. So there's a lot of questions there, and I think that could be a problem.
Okay, so listen, I'll take Buffalo over Carolina. I would agree with that. I still have Buffalo favored in that series. I just think they're more dangerous, and you're deeply flawed in a lot of spots.
Yeah, well, look, the Bruins are probably going to be an underdog no matter who they play.
Exactly.
But I'll take my chances with Buffalo. That's all I'm saying. And, you might be able to muck up the game a little bit against the Sabres and beat them. With Carolina, I think the Bruins will get spanked.
Final segment, thoughts, calls, emails after Barthy gets you updated. We'll go back to the phones for the 5 o'clock hour, Mazz, unless you have a fresh thought for us.
God, no.
Felger and Mazz, 98.5 Sports Hub.
20 seconds left on the power play. Now Middlestat from the red line dumps in. Buchanan stops it. He's going to scale it right back out to center ice. Lohrei gloves it and then lost it to Benson, who walks in on a breakaway and scores. And then Lohrei decked him with a cross-check after the puck went in, and that'll start a big fracas in behind the net, but a shorthanded goal, and the Sabres have tied it at 2.
Yeah, this is a tough one for Mason Lohrei.
It's the second night in a row.
Lohrei tries a spin move right in front of the Bruins bench. Benson takes it off him. Great backhand, forehand finish.
Buffalo will go to the power play now in a tie game with 14:39 left. They're 1 for 2 on the night. Coming down the near circle, pushed into the corner. And Corrali takes away on the hash marks, but Thompson regains. Moving behind the net, in front, score. Zucker puts Buffalo into the lead 3-2 with his second of the night, both on the power play. So just like that, the Bruins go from up 1 to down 1 in the space of 33 seconds.
Well, there's two ways this can go for Mason Lohrei, right? Either he's stapled to the bench, or if he gets back out there, he's got to be able to shake that off and, contribute in the way that he's capable of contributing. That's a tough sequence for him.
Kind of a season-defining kind of play. That sequence with Mason Lohrei. Second straight game. Did almost the exact same thing. Back,
really, it's unbelievable.
Back to the offensive zone on the power play. Loose puck that he just kind of half-asses. Gets his pocket pick, gives up a breakaway goal. Back-breaking breakaway goal. And then this time he made it worse by cross-checking the dude into the net.
For good measure.
And then took the penalty, and they score on the power play. Like, oh, my God. That would have been just brutal. I think even still they have to sit him down. Just a game, little punishment, not a punishment, but a head clearing. You've got to be more aware and more urgent in that situation going forward.
It really, he's like, it was inept. The back-to-back games, inept, giving up shorthanded goals.
But their power play is so bad. And their penalty kill is so bad. And they take so many penalties. It's just and they just keep taking them. It's a real problem. I don't know how they go anywhere with that condition. But anyway, wrap it with some phones, some emails. Here's Spencer in Florida. What do you got, Spence?
Hey, guys. Good afternoon. Thanks for taking my call. So I agree with what you were saying earlier. I prefer Buffalo over Carolina. However, I haven't watched a ton of Buffalo play, and I saw them play last night with a lot of grit and intensity that I feel like I just haven't seen the Bruins do once this whole year. Like that Zucker guy from the clip you guys were just playing, he had crazy in him. You could see it on the TV out there, and it kind of matches our Zadorov. So you're right. The Bruins power play blows, specifically their entrances, deflating, and we need to bench Lohrei. Thanks, guys.
Okay, I'm with you. I think they had the work cut out from whoever they play. But, are we doing this first-round matchup thing already?
Well, I hope not. No, they're not in yet.
If they hadn't gotten bailed out by that lucky bounce last night, they're not even in the playoffs. Or it's going in the wrong direction, or they're, they might be underdogs to even make the thing if they lose last night. So why don't you worry about getting in first? Josh in North Attleboro on the Celts last night. Go ahead, Josh.
Hey, guys. Thanks for taking my call. Thank you guys. As a Celtics fan, thank you guys for calling out the people who talk about Baylor Shireman. I mean,
Barth.
As a Celtics fan, I feel I'm a Democrat as too. And as a Democrat, sometimes I'm listening to people and I'm like, this is like crazy. This is crazy. And listen to Celtics fans on the station. It is honestly mind-blowing. Celtics fans, grow up, please.
No, you're
Thanks,
bugged. You're
guys.
bugged by your own people. I'll accept that Democrat analogy. Liberals bug the crap out of me, and I vote Democrat. It's like I'm bugged by my own people. Celtics fans, you should be bugged by more of your own people. You have a game like last night, a win like last night, and you come out of it, and your number one takeaway is Baylor Shireman. What's the matter with you people? I mean, why do you do that? Every time, why do you do that?
Oh, they love to recognize everybody.
I mean, God.
No, they're all part of the team.
Jeff and Merrimack, addition to Mazz's tears, overhyped bus. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, so I got Sebastian Telfair. You guys remember him?
I do. Is he hyped?
Was there any hype with Sebastian
he had his own TV show.
What? But
before he got drafted.
Okay, did he produce it or was like someone else do it?
It was on like MTV or something.
Really?
Okay, but
I don't believe he was hyped as a Celtic. He was hyped elsewhere.
Exactly.
As a Timberwolves.
He was like a big deal high school recruit.
Sebastian Telfair.
Go ahead, next. Is that it? Okay, you're out. Or was he drafted by Portland? My God. Sebastian Telfair. You ready for the teams that he played for?
Oh, God, he moved around a lot.
Portland Trailblazers, Boston Celtics, Minnesota Timberwolves, LA Clippers, Cleveland Cavaliers, Minnesota Timberwolves, second time. Phoenix Suns, Toronto Raptors. The Tianjin Rongang.
He played in Japan or Korea or something?
Wherever that is.
China.
That is, you know that for a fact?
I'm on his Wikipedia page.
Yep.
It's China.
That's the Tianjin Rongang Pioneers of the CBA, meaning the Chinese Basketball Association.
I guess.
Yeah. Then back to the States for OKC. Then can you pronounce that, Barthy? The Flying Tigers from?
No.
I can't pronounce
Xinjiang.
The Xinjiang Flying Tigers.
Back to China.
And then he finished his career with the Fujian Sturgeons. So I would not say he was particularly over. Maybe at one point he was overhyped, but the hype didn't last.
I mean, he might have played in other countries that we don't know about.
Might have been a big deal in China.
Boy, that guy moved around a lot.
Anthony in the car, go.
He must be an a-hole.
Hey, guys, this might be more of a Tony-specific one, but Tier 2, first baseman Lars Anderson.
Oh, we already heard him.
You're banned for life. Talked about him. Banned for life. Was that Marcelo Meyer?
Marcelo Meyer, pinch hit, double to the gap.
Now, don't play him. Play Isaiah Kiner-Falefa. Over why won't they play this? I don't want to hear about the left-right thing, Mazz. And now they're into the.
Well, they brought in a righty.
I know they're into
Meyer.
I know they're into their bullpen. So here comes Meyer. He should be playing every day. He should be playing every day.
No. See, this makes Alex Cora look like a genius, and it justifies his $8 million.
Okay,
See, I made that move. I was smarter than everyone else.
Did I just see their new second base celebration? Did you see what he did?
The little hip thrust.
Have they been doing that?
Yep.
Oh, look, they bunted.
Listen, that hip thrust is ridiculous. You can't do that hip thrust.
I bet you he does a lot of that hip thrust, actually.
It's a little too vulgar.
Well, no, it's just so obvious. It's so cliche. If you didn't see it, folks, it's like your standard.
It's the Key and Peele skit.
It's the ravishing Rick Rude for WWF fans of the 80s.
If you're listening on the radio, there are two. It was the what?
Key and Peele had a skit where it was like referees with football players. You're only allowed 2 pumps. The third pump is a penalty.
Exactly. I got it. The Carolina running back did that.
Aaron Rodgers did it, actually.
Green Bay.
Can we do it on our show?
I just did a little one. Go ahead, Mazz.
I'm not going to do it. Going to do it sideways?
Mazz, you got to get up there.
That's not it. That's not it.
Pump it twice.
I just wanted to make sure that.
No, that wasn't it. There's no arm.
The arms were not a part of it.
There's no arm. That's the whole point. The arms are behind.
The arms are behind the head.
The arms are behind your head, Mazz. You know.
Got to interlock your fingers there.
Speak for yourself. I like to keep my hands apart.
That's a lame ass second base celebration. It's unoriginal. And it's also just a little too obvious. They can't do that. Emails.
It's the Coleman Electric email of the day.
day. Dear Felger, I really hate you. And I think Mazz is a boob. It's electric. The Coleman Electric email of the day. It's electric. Send yours to Felger at 985thesportshub.com.
Email of the day brought to you by Coleman Electric, a bunch of really good electricians helping homeowners just like you. When you need an electrician, call Coleman.
Yeah, it's electric.
Thank you, Mazz. It is electric. Kuhlman. It's electric. I've told you all about them before. Generators are the official New England rep and installer of Generic Generators. So that's who you want to call if you have a generator need for your home. As usual, a lot of suggestions for Mazz's tiers. Overhyped players that didn't pan out. Subject line, Giant, One-Eye Swede, Carl Soderberg. Remember this guy?
Oh, sure,
I remember that.
That's a good one. He was big. He was sort of like a unknown quantity. They also call him Yeti. Was he like
I think that's right.
You know, like
his team wouldn't let him go, right? That was part of the controversy.
And the Bruins waited
that?
on him for a couple of years. I guess he only had one eye, which I think really limits your ability on the ice, and it turned out to really be a limiting factor for him. He was no good.
Didn't he end up going to Arizona, right?
I don't know.
No, Colorado.
I don't know where he went, but whatever. Tier 1 Daisuke, no. He actually did something. I mean, he was overhyped, but it's not like he did nothing.
Right. He wasn't a complete bust.
All-time bust, says Dan and Suzanne. Jay Groom.
Good one.
Yeah?
Yeah, first-round pick.
Him and Trey Ball, they had two at the same time there.
Couple of lefties. Ball was like the number 7 pick in the draft.
Chris has a good one for the Patriots. Andy Katzenmoyer.
Oh, very good.
Big Cat. When Bill got here, he called him the big dog. He was a dog. Did I mention Bob Zupsik?
Yeah, but he was never hyped.
Don says this poor bastard hit 2 grand slams his rookie year, then only hit 5 total home runs the rest of his career. Came out of spring training next year as a starting right fielder, then just blew. Bob Zupsik.
Zupsik also had a great catch in the triangle, took a home run away in the bullpen, I believe.
One of the great catches I've ever seen at Fenway Park.
Yeah?
He did. He went into the triangle, but from the center field side and reached into the bullpen. Great catch.
Jackie Bradley Jr., we got a bunch of those. He was an everyday ball player for him, but he wasn't a bust.
No,
he was
not a
way
complete
overrated by you people.
Yeah,
but,
way overrated is right.
But those weren't overrated tiers. It was overhyped guys that did nothing. Final word comes your way right now. Hey, it's Felger here.
Now on Felger and Mazz. It's the final word. Recapping this 4-hour show in 4 minutes, which leads to the question, does it really need to be 4 hours long?
No.
Today's final word is brought to you by Town Fair Tire. Looking for the best deals on tires? There's only one place to go, Town Fair Tire. The best prices and great free services. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire.
Nobody, Barthy.
Nobody. Today's final word, as it was kind of described to me by Jimmy Stewart, is Felger being Felger.
Oh. And the OKC's the worst at it. You're not afraid to do it either. And it just devolves into this ref baiting thing, which you got the better of, which makes you what, Barthy? You outbaited them. What does that make you?
For that game, the better team.
The masturbator. Come on, Barthy. Follow along. Here's Matt in Milton. Go ahead.
Guys, we got Red Sox first pitch in about 1 hour in Cincinnati. You know they have a fantastic opening day with a parade. Here we are talking about Jason Tatum, David Pastrnak. Let's talk about the Red Sox opening day.
Go ahead.
Like something new.
Go ahead, Matt. Go ahead and talk about it. Go ahead and talk about it. What do you want to talk about? Go.
Just talk about the game.
F you.
There is no game yet.
God, that drives me crazy when people do that. Why are we talking? Then talk about what you want to talk about. The floor was yours. Talk about whatever you want to talk about. I told you to talk about whatever. Go ahead. Give me your Red Sox take. Oh, you don't have one. Oh, you don't have a Red Sox take. I got it.
He likes the parade in Cincinnati.
They're having a parade.
What parade are we talking about?
You got me. I don't know. They have a parade in Cincinnati.
Who cares about a parade?
I certainly don't.
Caleb Durbin. Tom mentioned Caleb Durbin. I love all these emails I get from Red Sox fans when I talk about this. When I said, one thing I said is that the Brewers know what they're doing when it comes to this thing. The moves on this level, the Caleb Durbins of the world. They're used to it. It's in their DNA. Tampa Rays, one of these franchises that know how to pump and dump that guy. They have Bryce Terang. They don't need Caleb Durbin because they have Bryce Terang. Oh, well, they play different. I know they play different positions, dork. I know that. Yeah, sorry. The whole thing about why don't you talk about it triggers me. It's like, dude, I'm allowing you to talk about it.
And the sad thing is, there really isn't anything to talk about before the game starts. I mean, other than expectations and stuff like that, but we've done a lot of that.
Anyway.
What are you bitching about?
F you! Sorry, caller. I've lost my temper. F you! The baseball hour comes your way now, Mazz, with Red Sox in the lead.
Yes, and we have the absolute privilege of going against the game here on day two of the baseball hour. So, but we'll tell you, the Red Sox have broken the tie in Cincinnati. I'm going to leave the details to Barth so I don't completely screw up his headlines, but we'll get into the game. I also want to touch on something about Aaron Judge from that game in San Francisco, because we can't play game highlights until the game is over. And we're certainly willing to engage people on all baseball topics until the Red Sox are final.
Okay, word from our sponsors, and you get Mazz for the baseball hour. We're back at it tomorrow at 2 for an Agenda-Free Friday. Who's in the update chair tomorrow there, Stu?
Jim Murray.
Murray's back.
Big Jim Murray makes his triumphant return. So we'll do 5 questions and have an Agenda-Free day.
Murray's no fool. He takes 2 days off and comes back on a Friday.
We'll come your way tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Talk to you then.
Bye.